Pastor Docho Este has just started his lakeside baptism service when a deadly animal interrupted proceedings. Out of the depths rose a fearsome predator, and it soon became clear that it had the clergyman firmly in its sight. Sunday, June 5th, 2018, should have been a day of celebration for Pastor Docho and his congregation. That day, the clergyman had taken around 80 members of his church from their parish in the Ethiopian town of Arba Minch down to the shores of Lake Abaya. It was there he intended to baptize each of the group. This technique wasn't out of the ordinary. Indeed, Protestant baptisms are often conducted in lakes and rivers throughout Africa. The procedure usually involves the initiate being partially or fully submerged in water. What's more, this tradition imitates Jesus' own baptism at the River Jordan. As far as we know, the first baptism Pastor Docho conducted that day went without a hitch. However, he had a long day ahead of him with at least 79 people still waiting for their turn. So Docho swiftly moved on to the second person, but as he did, something stirred beneath the waves. Out of the deep leapt a fearsome crocodile, and it had Pastor Docho in its sights. The creature launched a vicious attack, snapping at the clergyman's hands, legs, and back. All the while, his parishioners must have looked on in horror. In June 2018, Kitema Cairo, Lake Abaya local and eyewitness to the attack, spoke to the BBC. Cairo said he baptized the first person and he passed on to another one. All of a sudden, a crocodile jumped out of the lake and grabbed the pastor. Members of Pastor Docho's congregation teamed up with some local fishermen in an attempt to save the clergyman. However, wrestling a person from the jaws of a crocodile is no easy task. After seizing their prey, the reptiles clamped down before performing a bone-breaking death roll. As a result, all the fishermen could do was use their nets to prevent the crocodile from dragging Pastor Docho's body into the depths of the lake. However, by the time the animal finally dropped the religious leader, it was already too late. Pastor Docho died from the injuries he had sustained. In June 2018, Arba Minch police officer Iwanito Kanko told the Telegraph, "They only managed to get his dead body," the cop added. "They were unable to save him." It seems that the baptism service Pastor Docho was conducting had been a risky one. Abaya is the second largest lake in Ethiopia and is well known for its substantial crocodile population. Since fish are scarce in the water, the reptiles have been known to show aggression towards humans. Furthermore, the lake's reddish tint makes spotting an approaching crocodile almost impossible. Perfectly camouflaged, the animals are able to catch their prey by surprise. This gives unfortunate victims little chance of escaping unscathed. It seems probable that the reptile responsible for attacking Pastor Docho was in fact a Nile crocodile. These menacing predators can reach 6 meters in length and tip the scales at a hefty 1 ton. It's estimated that this species alone carries out over 300 attacks on humans in Africa annually. With that in mind, the Nile crocodile is believed to be behind more attacks on human than any other croc. Furthermore, the species is reckoned to be the third most prevalent human-killing animal in all of Africa, behind lions and hippos. According to one report published by the United Nations, the Nile crocodile is an opportunistic ambush predator. Moreover, humans are less powerful and slower in the water than any similar-sized wild animal, and therefore easy prey for the predators. It's estimated that hundreds of people lose their lives due to crocodile attacks throughout Africa each year. Many victims are unsuspecting women who are at the waterfront to wash clothes. However, the true scale of fatal crocodile attacks is unknown. That's because it's thought many deaths go unreported. One crocodile attack that hit headlines recently occurred in Zimbabwe in May 2018. Brit Jamie Foxx and his Zimbabwean fiancé, Zineli Ndulu, were canoeing down the Zambezi River when a reptile struck. A fray ensued, and in the struggle, Ndulu ended up losing her right arm. Describing the terrifying incident in May 2017, Fox told the Associated Press, "I was shouting, trying to save her. She was not complaining of pain when we managed to pull her out of the water, maybe because of the shock. We were hoping the doctors would save her arm, but that was not to be." Despite their ordeal, just 5 days after the attack, Fox and Indulov tied the knot at a hospital chapel. We were glad we still had our lives and managed to keep our wedding date, although we had to do with a much smaller venue, Fox revealed. The celebrations went ahead at the original venue, but Zinelli and I had to remain at the hospital. However, while Fox and Indulov escaped their lives intact, others, including Pastor Docho, haven't been so lucky. In January 2018, a tourist, aged 90, died after a crocodile attacked the inflatable dinghy he'd been sharing with a female companion. So needless to say, crocodiles are fearsome predators and should be respected as such. As a result, to avoid a potential attack, it's best to avoid croc-infested waters altogether. To be sure, only swim or paddle in designated safe spots.